What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a game called Age of Reforging, which has itself cast as an open-world CRPG. What a time to release, so just hot on the wakes of Baldur's Gate 3. Releasing a CRPG, it's ballsy. It's ballsy, it's aggressive, and I like it. This is from the developers of a game called Blackthorn Arena, which had kind of like mixed, unfortunate reviews. And so we're going to be taking a look at the game here. This is my first impressions of the title. We'll probably play edited for like 30 or 40 minutes or so and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if we run across anything that kind of sucks about it, we'll say that, hey, this is not that great of a game. My goal here is not to guide or anything else, it's just to play the game a little bit, fall on the grenade so you don't have to. I paid my 20 bucks this morning, so let's give it a go. I've already gone ahead and I've gotten character creation on out of the way. Character creation, oh my god, oh my lord in heaven. Okay, yep, we're being attacked by wolves and stuff. Let's zoom in on the action. Combat actually feels reasonably fluid. It looks like it's real time with push pause. Okay, so you're getting like the full-on Baldur's Gate 1 experience here. Was that like a strong strike right there? What does that do? Tenacious attack. You attack an enemy fiercely, dealing 100% weapon damage. It looks like increase your accuracy by 10 while attacking that enemy for 10 seconds. Okay. Well, our first enemies have been felled, and honestly, the combat felt okay right there. I didn't actually hate it. I was a little bit worried because when I first booted on into this game, I ran into like really long load times. I had like a crash. I had the program hang on me while it was loading into character creation. And so I was like, oh boy, here we go. This is about to be a 30-minute experience. No, I don't have anything to say, terrifying woman with a blade. I don't have anything to say at all. You gotta be careful with a warrior woman, man. You gotta be careful about that. Oh yeah, they wanted me to go out, so at the beginning of this, they wanted me to go out and gather mushrooms. I forgot that that was my task here in the dark of the night. I'll probably keep on exploring though and just see if we see anything around. But yeah, the program hung on me a whole bunch of times while I was starting it up, but eventually it started up and went to character creation. I think it just has like absurdly long load times or something else like that, and that made me feel like, uh-oh, this is going to be an experience, especially having played Blackthorn Arena, which is one of those games that was kind of clunky wonky and never quite got fixed. I was like, all right, I know what I'm walking into, let's do this thing. But the combat right there actually felt okay. I'm going to have to get into something more complex before I'm going to be able to make any kind of, like, evaluation of it, but let's keep it trucking. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I gotta make an edit right here, actually, because later on in the day, this game was, I thought it was in 1.0. When it first came out, it didn't have an early access tag on it, but I have this thing where I second guess every piece of information that I think I know to the point where I can't take tests anymore, and I just sit there being like, did I actually see the thing that I studied for 16 hours, or is my brain just making it up? Well, this time, my paranoia, I went and checked it, and they updated the Steam page to be in early access. So this is not a completed title, but it did take like 50 gigs to install, so it's pretty big. It's running for about $20 or $25, I think is what I paid for it. You can find the link down below. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live on any given day of the week. Streaming is going to factor heavily into my future plans. Nothing will be changing over here as far as I know, but I'm trying to put more hours in. But look, there's a man lying on the ground over there. That's a lot of blood, and I don't think he's alive. Yeah, he's missing an arm. I don't think he's alive either. Let's go over there and check it out. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to quick save first. It's a dead guy laying on the ground right now. You see a traveler dressed tall, thin. He's a dark-haired man lying in a pool of blood, motionless. His face has lost color. You can be sure that he is lifeless. You see a traveler... Oh, never mind. Examine the wounds. Looks like he has a number of neat wounds. Looks like they were caused by a blade. In addition to this, you always found blunt force trauma to the head and the chest of the body. It's clear that the man died from multiple weapon attacks. The body still looks fresh, and the attack should have happened not long ago. I mean, I don't want to rifle through the things of the dead, but, like, it's an option. The man's belongings are almost entirely looted. There are no weapons, food, or money on the body. There's a journal and a strangely shaped coin. Robbery. Poor guy shouldn't have walked through the Braywoods alone. Neighborhood's often infested with bandits. Okay, I found this coin. Yeah, it is strange. I've never seen a coin like that in the Freelands. The robbers must not have found it. Since you found it, you should keep it. Alright, let's go tell Gerald what's going on here. Right, let's go. apparently the lantern can be interacted with and turned on and off. It looks like maybe when you do like short steps like that, the walk is not quite... The walk feels a little fast when you do like a little stutter stepping type deal, but the run feels really well synced. Well, having gathered my mushrooms and I kind of like ran around the map a little bit, it didn't seem like there was any other points of interest around unless they're like up this road right here. And so I think I'm going to go back. I'm part of like a trading caravan is what the storyline told me. And so this guy wanted some mushrooms, I think. What do you want? I found a man in the woods who got robbed and he's now dead. I see. It's unfortunate. I always tell people not to walk through the woods alone, and this forest has never been peaceful. We'll have to be careful tonight. I'll arrange a vigil. Did you have any luck finding mushrooms? I did. Mushrooms. Rock and stone. Great. My men have just caught some fish in the river, and we have fresh mushroom fish soup for dinner. That sound... can I just have the mushrooms? I don't know. Mushrooms and fish don't feel like they go together for me. Like, mushrooms are kind of like earthy. And like, I don't know, do those two things go together? I don't really eat fish. I'm not a big pescado guy. Now give me some time to prepare tonight's supper. Trust me, you won't be disappointed with my cooking. Don't expect too much. He always brags like this. That's enough, Marty. I'm still the leader of the convoy. Show me some respect. It's done. Perfect. One bowl for each person. Let's try it out. There's no need to rush. Take your time and enjoy. Okay, cool, man. So, like, what happens when I click on the fire over here? Oh, it looks like we can do a little bit of camping action. One bug that I did notice is this chest right here. It has all of the vendors. So there's a guy in your caravan that sells loot. All of his loot is inside of this chest, and you can just loot it, like, right in front of him and take his entire stock. And he doesn't even care. I'm leaving it alone because I'm not a corn lord like that. Like, I'm just like, that's obviously a bug. But if it does that for every single vendor in the game, it's going to be a big issue. Definitely an oversight. Let's go ahead and we will, I don't know, rest till 4 a.m., I suppose? Uh-oh. We're looking for 2 runaway slaves. I suspect they are hiding in your caravan. Give us the men we want, or it'll all be good, and we will all be good. I think you're mistaken. Everybody here is a friend of mine, not the people you're looking for. There, I saw them. Hand them over or we'll be rude. Not rudeness, my one weakness. Nobody touches the people in my caravan. They are under the protection of me, Geralt. That's right. You must have heard my name. Now realize you're messing with the wrong people. It's not too late to get lost. So, like, why did they run in, attack, and then, like, run away, and then the conversation happened? Oh, my goodness. I got a bad feeling, chat. I got a real bad feeling. Geralt, never heard of that name. Don't try to fool me. Geralt, you're embarrassing yourself. All right, Marty, no need to remind me. All right, scum, you had your chance. Let's talk with a weapon in our hands. All right, well, let's kick it off with these nerds. I don't know how aggro tables or anything work in this game. Dude, we're getting, like, starched right now. We're having a terrible time. I really... Okay, this guy seems... Aw, dude. Run! Flee! Ow. Okay, apparently I just got, like, knocked the hell out. Why are we fighting, like, level 10 guys when we're, like, level 1? Are you guys winning down there? I hope you win, because, honestly, it all feels like it's hanging in the balance. That fight felt like it was over really quickly. Woo, tough night. I didn't expect to be attacked on my last night before arriving in Brea. You fight well. Yeah, you know. I call this my laying on my ass with a starry, glazed-over look in my eye style. It's very, very popular where I come from. The key is to get knocked out right at the beginning of the fight and then just sit there on the ground and look super stunned, and then they move on to somebody else. We fulfilled our promise to look out for one another. Now get some rest. We'll leave at first light. All right. Why didn't you hand over the slaves? You think I should hand them over? I don't really care what you think. I'm not going to sell out my convoy. If someone was making things difficult for you, I'd protect you too. All right, whatever, man. Sounds good to me. The next day, at noon, as the caravan arrives at the gates of the town of Brea, all of the fellow travelers depart. You say goodbye to Geralt and Martina, but before he leaves, he tells you a job that he needs a hand with, and you're the right person. If you're interested, look him up at his house in town. It's in the northwest corner near the front door. Okay. Welcome to the Freelands. Apparently, this is more sandboxy than I thought it would be, because this is effectively the game telling me, like, good luck, you're on your own. So it looks like it's maybe, like, nighttime right now. What is that right there? A bandit leader? Who is he attacking? Is he attacking me? Don't attack me. I don't even have anything. I just started out on my open world adventure. It looks like we can enter the town, and it looks like from the north entrance, I guess. I don't know if this is going to be like Baldur's Gate, where we've got like a whole bunch of different districts and things that we can wander around in. If nothing else, let me see if I can find a job or something. Well, here we are in town, where apparently everyone just walks around naked. Oh my goodness gracious. Good evening to you as well. Feeling breezy? Oh, there we go. The clothing just popped on in. Fantastic. So I'm supposed to be looking for someone around here that's going to give me a job. All right, well, I wandered around town for a little bit laggy inside of town, in all honesty. I had to step back the graphics a little bit just because things were kind of chunking along. Not to mention, man, the load screen just to get into town was pretty brutal. And then once I was in here, nobody had any clothes on for a while. I'll cut in some video right here so that you can see. But then, like, the clothing appeared. I get the feeling the game is not very well optimized. It needs to, like, either it needed to be segmented out further so it didn't need to load as many shaders and assets, or it needed to be optimized a little bit better to load this stuff quicker. I get the feeling that if you don't have a solid state drive, i.e. you're me right now, this on my recording computer, I'm buying a new one right now, but I still got like an old drive on my recording computer. I'm guessing this is one of those games you should probably have a solid state for. It's you. I was wondering when you were going to come and see me. The stench of brie all over the streets hasn't choked you away yet. Good. You'll realize that this town actually has its loveliness. Back to the point, but I've got a job. I need fighters. You proved your skills on the trip by getting knocked out, so I'd like to hire you for very reasonable pay. Here's the deal. There are some bandits that have arrived in the lordless land, and they are constantly harassing villagers who travel to and from Bria. Okay, say no more, man. Apparently he's learned where the bandit camp is, and there's about a dozen of them. Martina, you and I and a couple good fighters should be able to defeat them, and I will give you 10 silver coins. All right, you can't do this job alone. Yeah, I need at least 3 hands, so go expand your team to 3 people and come back to me. You can always find good hands at the tavern. All right, I will go get some more tavern hands. I'm going to guess that this over here is the tavern with Rufus, because I don't see anything else that looks like a drink or whatever. So let's head that way. I need this rotation speed. Man, that rotation speed is brutal. Rotate faster. I demand it of you. Does that even affect it? I don't even know if that affects it. I guess I can do it with the middle mouse button. It's a little bit quicker. I guess I'll do it that way. Can I squeeze in between? So, like, how do I get to that central area over here, dude? It's a very disorienting layout for a city. Oh, I guess it's just this building right here. I guess there is kind of like a little signpost right there. All right. Well, like, how do I get more people here? All right, well, I have like a little bit of money. It's not very much, but I'm kind of like a fightery guy. I think having another fightery guy might not be the worst idea. So let's take a look, see who we can hire here at the bar. It took forever for these portraits and also for this 3D preview to load right here. So optimization is definitely going to be something that this game needs to focus on. Like, this is a must-fix issue, like, right now. Let's see. I'll probably take Lena the Dwarf. It looks like Son of a Stone, Berserker, Rogue, okay. Defender and Marksman, Gladiator, Defender, and Duelist. What's wrong with him? Why is he so cheap? I'm gonna recruit this guy. Is it because he's short-sighted? If target is closer, accuracy is increased by 2, otherwise it's decreased. Well, I mean, he's in, like, melee, so I don't think that should matter altogether. Oh, his last name is Peter the Juggernaut. Okay. I guess I can take Lena, too. Yeah, let's hire Lena. I don't know if I have enough people to actually, like, make this whole thing work, but hey, we've got, like, party members now. That's what the game requested of me, so I don't know if the 3 he asked for was including me or not including me, but let's go find out. Nice, it's including me. Good, I see your team has a few men already. We can immediately set out to kill the bandits. They will not be easy to deal with. You should make preparations before we act. Ah, send it, bro. I'm sure it'll be fine. Apparently we're in it right now and I accidentally hit the space bar to pause it. You don't need to know, we're just here to clean up your scum. So you're here for trouble. Guys, finish them off. All right, hold on a second. Let's slow it down for a minute. I'm going to attack over there. And if you could also attack over there, that would probably be good. And then where is Lena even at? She's right there. Go ahead and work on that guy, I guess. And we'll kind of see how this plays out. I'm actually going to go up here and we'll fight this guy. Okay, Martina's kind of doing her thing. Peter the Juggernaut, help me out over here, man. Give me a little bit of an assist. There we go. We'll go over to that side. We'll attack you right there. Lena appears to be cleaning that guy up okay. There we go. Let's put some damage on him. Combat flows kind of fast, man. Okay, okay. Let's make it happen. Geralt, get on him, get on him. There we go. Get on in there. Finish him off over here. There goes another one. Can I get loot? Oh, I can. Nice. Let me get all the loot in the world. Wait. Let's talk. What do you actually want? So you're the leader of the bandits. I have nothing to talk about with you. Show me your weapons. I'm gonna stay inside this cutscene for as long as possible until all my HP comes back. I don't even care. I'm gonna be a giant, corny cheese lord right now. I don't care. I'll do what I have to do. There's like 5 of them. All right. I sat here for about 5 minutes until all my health came back. I just went and checked my email. I drank a Dr. Pepper. I looked at my phone for a second. I think we're just gonna fight these guys. Can't you see that behind me is a bunch of innocent people? Innocent? Tell that to the people that you robbed. My men did rob some passing villagers, but I told them to only take food and money and not harm anybody. We were all originally honest. We left our homeland because of the war, and then we came here with no land and no money. We have to do this. No, you don't. You don't have to do it. You're never required to do bad things. That's a cop-out. One of evil's greatest victories is managing to convince good that it's good's fault that evil's evil. That's like one of the biggest heists that the devil has ever pulled off, and it's so common nowadays. But up till then, we can only live by scavenging and looting, but we won't hurt anybody. I can't allow you to keep robbing. So what do you want? To kill us all? We'll fight to the death. It's never that simple. I'm gonna find a living for you in the lordless land, but up until then, you have to promise me not to rob anybody. I can send you food. It's not much, but it's gonna last you a while. Wait, you'll help us? What do we get out of it? What do I want? Honestly, I haven't thought about it. Mostly a peaceful neighborhood, but it doesn't matter. Do you guys agree to my terms or not? It doesn't look like we have a choice. We promise. Pinkies crossed. I promise there will be no more robberies. My name is Lana, by the way. Lana! I have one more thing to ask for your help. I sent several young men to search for supplies in the area. They went east but haven't returned yet. I'm worried that something happened to them. I would like to ask you to find them and get them back to my camp soon. East? They must have gone for the farm. We'll find them. Let's hope they didn't do anything rash. I'm gonna go to Bria for some food for these poor people. You call them poor to their face. I'll leave and search for the missing refugees to you. Martina'll stay with you. She's familiar with the area. Our work here is done. And as I said, here's your 10 silver coins. If you find the missing refugees, I'm going to give you another silver. Man, look at you over here, Captain America. All right. I'll find the refugees. I think I have enough coins to hire another guy now, too, which is pretty sweet. I'm pretty sure that I just leveled up. I don't know what that entails, but I saw like a shimmery blue fart come out of my orc. And so, like, I'm guessing, yeah, so we've got potential points over here that we can play around with. So this is character creation. Pretty much at the beginning of the game, you choose a race. You choose, like, what it is that you want to do in the game. Apparently, I have a broken arm that I didn't even notice, so I should probably get that squared away as well. But you've got stats. They all do different damages and different accuracies and things of that nature. I'll probably just go with a lot more endurance for HP because it seems like I'm getting crunched down on pretty hard while fighting with the enemy. Oh, everybody else leveled up too, and they have professional points over here. So, like, Peter Juggernaut, man, I feel like you're kind of like an intimidator, you know what I mean? I feel like you intimidate people. I feel like that's your job inside the squaw. Lena, you've only got 1 professional point. I think that you should be, like, insightful. That's what I think, is that you should be insightful. That feels right to me. Although, wasn't she a rogue? Maybe she should have, like, theft or something. I don't know if mechanics... disable traps and open locks. That's what I was looking for right there. Not necessarily for thieving purposes, but instead just for kind of like making ourselves better. Your characters do get traits and things that you can play around with. Things like being nearsighted or things like being farsighted. Things like being impulsive that will change your accuracy and whatnot around. I've got 2 in persuasion since I'm like the main guy right there, so that feels okay to me. And then we probably want to look around and see if there's anything we can loot or steal around here, because I'm poor, bro. Like, as poor as these people are, man, I'm even poorer. Go ahead and take all that stuff right there. There hasn't appeared to be, like, a law enforcement system yet. I'm not trying to be like a negative Nancy or anything, but people don't seem to care. This is like one of those old school RPGs where you rip people off right in front of their faces and nobody seems to care. Nobody else is named around here. But there is another chest down this way, and it's got rare bandit mercenary upper armor. And 50 bucks. Wow, we just found all kinds of goodies. Is like one of you guys like a vendor or something? What? No, they just let me loot it. They don't even care, man. All right, well, I'm going to put on the sick-ass armor then. There we go. Now I look like a proper adventurer. I got 30% resistance. I'm getting strength and accuracy and all kinds of crazy stuff, dude. I'm like a god of murder. What is everybody else wearing? You just have like a t-shirt on? We should probably go loot the dead guys over here and see what they've got. Some very chunky performance happening right now. They've just got to get that smoothed out. That's one of those things that, like, I can deal with a lot of irritants. I can deal with a lack of polish, but it's very difficult for me to deal with performance issues and just a game feeling bad to play. And that's kind of like where we're at right now. Did my hair fall off when I put on this armor? My hair disappeared when I put on this armor. Huh. Well, I used to have hair. I guess not anymore. It's cursed. It's the armor of baldness. Let's go ahead and grab a round shield over here. I definitely want all these shields and like all these maces and things because I don't see myself as like a rapier kind of guy. Yeah, grab that shield right there. Ooh, there's a sword too. Nice, dude. Grab all this stuff. Yup. This is the best part of any battle, just picking my way through the field. Grab that right there. Grab that right there. We'll take it. And I think we've pretty much looted everything except for the sword over here. And that mace over there. Any more chests around? You guys got any more goodies just kind of like hidden back inside the crannies and or nooks of the area? Now it wants me to go east, huh? Is this stuff an upgrade for any of my dudes? Isn't her outfit the outfit of that girl from The Witcher? I feel like it is. It looks like it can't be taken off, so you can't steal it from her. We do have northern upper and northern lowers. So, like, are these better or worse? They are apparently worse than just wearing a medieval t-shirt. So I suppose I'll take it, but as long as my character's looking dope, I don't even care. Now, for hotbar abilities, I'm guessing you train those in town, because when I was in the city, there was a couple of trainers there that just, it said that, like, guard trainer or whatever else. And there seemed to be one for, like, hunters and one for, like, warriors. I'm guessing you don't get your abilities in this game from, like, leveling up. My expectation is that you probably get them from, like, training with somebody. But let's head to the east and see if we can get ourselves into any more mayhem. Alright, well, it said farmlands off into the east, so I guess that's where I'm going to go look. The map section of the game actually very much reminds me of War Tales. We've got a Wolf King over here. Maybe I should go smack him. I don't know. How tough do you think a Wolf King is? Let's go find out. Fight the Wolf King. Wolf King, where you at? You inside the battlefield over here? I want to come and fight you. I'm going to whip out my sword. There we go. Fight the Wolf King. There we go, there we go. Oh, Wolf King got knocked the hell out. Wolf King had a rough day. Okay, so stop trying to rotate around, I guess. And instead, you guys go after him. Lena, you stay on the Wolf King. Oh, she's knocked out right now? Okay. And then you start working on that wolf right there. Yeah, let's not get too wild and crazy out here. Peter looks like he's taking a little bit of a scuffing. Okay. Yeah, let's maybe just kind of like... It looks like attacks from behind kind of hurt. There we go. We got the Wolf King.
Combat looks pretty good when it's flowing, although it looks like we got one guy that's frozen there. The only thing is, it feels like it plays a little fast.
Like, I think if their attack cycle was like a half second slower, it'd be easier to track what's going on. But, like, I feel like we're okay. No, don't leave the battlefield. I want my loot, man. Never leave the battlefield without loot. It doesn't look like it collects all the loot onto the first thing that you loot, which is a pretty common quality of life type deal that I think I would like to see. But we are picking up some serious vendor fodder out here. that we can throw on a vendor somewhere in order to get paid. I don't know if these little battlefield maps can like accidentally have extra loot containers and stuff on them either, but they're quite nice looking. Like on the smaller maps, the game runs very, very smoothly, and it runs well, and it just feels like a low-budget CRPG. However, a lot of the game is very populated, and the more assets there are, it seems to be character assets. It doesn't seem to be environmental objects or shadows. It seems to be the characters that the game really seems to have trouble. I'm hungry, I'm overburdened, and apparently my arm is broken. Maybe I should go back to town and heal that. Maybe that's what we should do. How hard is it to camp? Can I just make like a campfire? Oh, never mind. There's a skill tab over here, so I guess you learn things inside of this area as well. Yeah, it looks like it. So we've got one-handed skill, and as one-handed skill goes down the chain, it looks like you get EP cost reductions. Maybe you train these up to go higher. It looks like when we get to one-handed 15, maybe, we're going to pick up head blow, which looks like we can clunk them for blunt damage. So basically we smack them with the flat of the blade on top of their head, kind of like Kingdom of Heaven style, I guess, to kind of like stun them. And then it looks like we've got like class trees over here, so that's really nice. Okay, so we need to learn these though. Like these need to be taught to us, and that's where the trainers come in. So I was partially correct. I wasn't completely and totally wrong in my guess. I don't see a camping button or anything around here, so I think we got to do it back in town. But as I do that, let me kind of like give you my closing thoughts here from the hour or so that I've spent with the game thus far. So unfortunately, this talk is going to be a little bit like Blackthorn Arena in the respect that, like, were this game running smoothly and without bugs and without huge loading times, I think this could actually be a real-time competitor to the turn-based War Tales. It seems like that's what the game is going for. It seems like that's what they've made here. It's an open-world exploration RPG that seems to feed up the player an endless swath of mercenary-style quests and adventure zones where you can go out and fight and level up, customize, tons of gear, tons of rings, tons of alchemy, all that kind of stuff. It seems to be fun and in good order, but the game isn't smooth and bug-free, and that's where it's going to trip up. The game has really good bones, and I think that if they can get this thing polished, it would fill a niche. It would be ready for action. The game can't compete with its AAA or AA competitors, but if you did want a real-time War Tales that's a little bit lower on the production scale volume, or the production scale, you know, measure, there it is. Performance, though, that's the largest issue for me. In the first hour or so of playing the game, my first impressions are the load times are enormous, performance is hella chunky, and while the game has solid lighting and not so terrible graphics, it also isn't rocking top-of-the-line visuals that should be tasking systems this hard either. I've got an i7-7700, I've got a 2080 RTX. Those are by no means brand new pieces of hardware, but the game is chunky in larger zones, and the load times have been absolutely brutal while recording this video, to the extent that I had to make a lot of edits for what is effectively like an hour and a half video down to like 30 minutes. On top of that, pathfinding seems to struggle a little bit in combat. The fights could probably be slowed down a little bit, like a half second to a second in between attacks would probably give the player a lot more hands-on control of the action with push pause. As of right now, it flows very quickly, but the animations do look good and the impacts do feel satisfying and chunky. So maybe that's just a personal thing. Maybe I just have trouble tracking fast-paced combat. Things like merchants' inventories being lootable from the chest right behind them are a clear oversight, and little things like that are kind of like rife in this game. Unit callouts and barks are oddly so quiet that I can't even hear them, but all the other voicing and sound effects seem to be at normal volume. I checked the options. It just seems to be that like the unit barks and callouts are basically non-audible, but everything else sounds fine. It's kind of strange. Localization into English seems readable, but it will be terse. You're not going to find like flowery prose here. Go there, do the thing tends to be about as complex as the dialogue has gotten this entire time. It's a sandbox. It has the crafting, the adventuring, exploration, customization, and tons of other things ready to go. But from my experience, you're going to have to fight your way through performance issues, bugs, and weird oversights, like fights beginning before the dialogue has finished being confirmed by the player to get there. It's definitely on the rougher end, and I think that's a shame, because I think they have a winner here in the CRPG world if they can get this stuff sorted out. But like, I followed Blackthorn Arena for a while, and I've got a bad feeling it's not going to happen. You can go read the reviews on that game, and it also kind of had the same thing where it was like a compelling, interesting idea that needed a lot of polish and never really quite got it. I mean, time will tell if I'm being a negative Nancy here, but I'd recommend only getting the game if you're okay with that roughness, or you've got a solid state drive to like maybe smooth out some of the performance issues. Also, the occlusion, actually. When you're going through, like, foresty areas with lots of trees and lots of foliage, the game has, like, this very vague occlusion that allows you to see through it only when you're, like, directly underneath it. The occlusion needs to be cleaned up a ton as well when walking through areas that have lots of overhead, I guess, foliage or lots of tree cover. Other than that, I would wait 6 months, and I would follow the updates on this game and see what they do with patching, cleanup, and optimization. I want to play it. I want to enjoy it, but with how chunky it is and how long the load times are, I don't think that I'd be able to stick with it. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were taking a look at Age of Reforging. Tomorrow we'll be taking a look at something else. Thank you for kicking it with me, and that's about all I got for you. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, folks.